Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is video 3, day 3 of my 3 videos in 3 days challenge. And yeah, it's the last day, you guys, and I'm so excited that I've come to the end of this challenge, because let me tell you, it's been challenging, you guys. It's been really challenging pushing myself this hard, but I'm happy that I've come to the end of the 3 days. And you know, this is a beauty and style channel, so I thought that for my last day I'll do a little bit of a makeup tutorial. I'll be sharing my quick and easy everyday makeup face. I normally use about 5 products for this look, because not every time full face. So I'll be showing you what those products are, and I'll be chit-chatting a little bit while I apply them. In the meantime, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'm gonna ask you to do that. I've really worked my ass off this week, you guys, so please help my channel by giving this video a thumbs up, watching my other videos, and subscribing in case you haven't. As I mentioned earlier, I use just 5 products, you know, for the most part, for my everyday face. So these are basically a concealer, or in this case I'll be using this Flawless Ivy full coverage foundation. It's so full coverage, this foundation, you guys. It's oil-free foundation, 100% waterproof, matte. It's super dry, super matte. So I use that in place of concealer. Then I also use my Iman Second to Non-Luminous foundation, this one. For setting, I use my Glam Girls Banana Luxury Powder, this one that I always use. So I also use that. For primer, I use the Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer, this one. Nothing fancy. And last but not least is my Flawless Ivy Damn Girl eyeshadow palette, this one here. It's like practically my fave, because it has like all the colors that you need for an everyday face. So for this everyday makeup look, I go a little ham with the primer, because I have oily skin and large pores and lots of texture. So being generous with the primer kind of helps all the powder that I'm applying to stay on, since I won't be really applying foundation like that. So that's why I'm like taking my time to make sure that my entire face is primed. So I just take that foundation and apply it where I would normally apply a concealer, which would be under my eyes, basically the center of my face, you know. While I blend this out, let me just talk about the challenge a little bit. So I have been shooting every day for the past 3 days, as you know, in this my 3 videos in 3 days challenge. And I did have a mishap like yesterday, because I shot a video that was supposed to go, this video too. I shot it, and the day I shot it, it was really raining and very noisy. So I just kept on, because I didn't want to not stick to my schedule. So I kind of powered through and shot the video anyway, despite the rain. But upon editing it, I saw that it was so noisy. So I had to shoot it again yesterday, which is why there's like 1 day gap between video 1 and video 2. So it was quite a disappointing event. But what that taught me was that, you know, if I was serious and really dedicated to creating content regularly, I can do it. So that's one lesson I learned from this little challenge, that I can actually create content if I wanted to. In fact, my biggest challenge was not even the actual shooting. I've gotten so much better at shooting, so I shoot videos really quickly nowadays. My problem is in the editing, and not from the point of view of skills, because I think I'm pretty comfortable now editing, but my laptop is not the greatest. Exporting takes forever. I think that's basically my biggest challenge. So now that I know this, I will then take steps to fix it. So I think, barring buying a new computer or whatever, the next best thing I can do is to get a very large hard drive, so that I can just move my footage there and, you know, export to that base. So it just makes it a little easier. So basically, I focused the foundation right in the center of my face. Same thing if you're using a concealer, and I've left these outer parts of my face bare, because it's not important. And normally speaking, doing full glam makeup, you'd even, you know, apply some contour products around that side anyway. So for my everyday face, I just prefer to not even put any product there at all. Not only is it neater, it's just a little easier. So whatever powders I apply will just, you know, make up for that part. So, but one thing that's very important to do if you be doing this technique is to make sure that the edges or the outer parts of where you've applied foundation or concealer is properly blended. So that would be around here, around my mouth, and on my cheeks, so that there are no dividing lines. So now that I'm done with foundation, I'm going to go ahead and set my under eye, and I'll be using my glam girl powder that I already showed you. So I just use a little brush. I don't bake. Since it's an everyday look, I don't see any need to bake. And this powder is quite dense, so a little goes a long way. I'm just taking like a little fluffy brush with the powder, and I'm just lightly setting my under eye. So I also take that same powder and brush and I dab my entire lid. I have oily eyelids, you guys, so I try and keep it even and matte with my setting powder. Now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes. So like I mentioned, I'm using the Flawless Ivy Damn Girl eyeshadow palette, and I will just basically be using this light brown shade called Cynthia. I'm going to come close so you can see it. So this light brown shade here is like my go-to brown shade for my crease and even contouring my nose. So I'll be using that, and I'll also be using Evolve. Evolve is a very muted gold shadow, this one here. So I'll be using that on my lids and also as a highlighter. So now that my day 3 is over, I am thinking of starting out a new challenge. Please don't roll your eyes. So the challenge I'll be starting out, I think it will be something fitness related. I'm not sure yet. I mean, I've done a bunch of fitness stuff here and there in the past, and I think I've tried Chloe Ting's 2 weeks ab shred. I didn't get to 2 weeks. I stopped at like day 2 or day 3 or so. So I'm thinking of picking up that challenge again. Since this first challenge was a success, I want to try and see if I can replicate it across. So fitness is something that I've been struggling with of recent, and yeah, I think I want to do that challenge. So my camera went off a few minutes ago, and I'm not sure where it stopped, but I basically just filled my brows with some brown pencil, nothing special, and I'm just going to brush them out now. So now that that's done, I'm just going to use a small brush and go over my lower lash line with some of that same brown eyeshadow that I used in my crease. This will just help my eyes gain more definition, since I won't be applying a lot of eyeliner. So I found that instead of using a liquid liner or anything else, you can always use a black matte eyeshadow in place of any other liner that you might prefer. It just gives a very defined but soft line around the eyes, and I really like how it looks. So I'm just applying that with a very tiny little brush. This step is not absolutely necessary, but for me, if I don't like my eyes, I look like I'm sick or something. So I almost always have my eyes lined. It's like my signature thing. So now that the eyes are done, I'm just going to go ahead and set the outer perimeter of my face with my Iman Second to Non Luminous powder. It's like a powder foundation, but I just apply it very, very lightly. So this powder foundation has some light shimmer, so I'm using it in place of a bronzer. If you had a bronzer, this would be the perfect time to use it. But I don't have a bronzer at the moment, so I'm just applying this where I would apply a bronzer or even a contour product. Just to give my nose a little bit of shaping, I will just go back into that same palette, and I will use a fluffy brush to apply that brown shadow that I used in my crease, just along the sides of my nose. If you want to use an actual contour product or bronzer here, you can do that, but I'm just using this eyeshadow. With the same tiny brush, I'm just going to cut my cheekbones a little bit. And then I'll blend that line out with a bigger brush. This is all very, very light-handed, so you might not see it on camera, but in real life, it just gives my face a little bit of definition. Now I'm more or less done, but I'm just going to use a big brush and a little bit of that my setting powder, the Glam Girl setting powder. I'm just going to dust that all over my face. I either use this powder or I use my Pond's powder. I'm going to go back into that palette, the gold or the bronze color that I used on my lids, the Evolve. I will be applying that down the bridge of my nose and my fingers as highlights. Now to tie the entire face together, I'll be applying some lip liner. I normally use the Zaron Cosmetics Cappuccino Lip Pencil. It's my go-to neutral brown lip liner, and the quality is so good, you guys. I always wax about how good the Zaron lip pencils are, and they're really, really good. Pre-COVID times, I'll just put some lip gloss at this point, but since we wear masks nowadays, I keep my lips either bare or I wear a matte lipstick, or in this case a pencil. So this is like an old lip pencil I have. I don't know, this brand is called OG Outdoor Girl. I don't know, I bought this from some beauty store at the mall, and it's a very, very thick matte, you know, lip liner, and the brown is so gorgeous, the light matte brown. So I just popped that right in the center of my lips. And I'm done, you guys. This is what I look like when I do my makeup, my everyday makeup basically. So it's simple, light. I use very few products, but I look like I made some effort. I don't look as crusty. You know, the highlight is there, my eyes are defined, everything looks good basically. So we have come to the end of my 3 videos in 3 days challenge. It was indeed a challenge, you guys, and I'm happy that it's over. It was an experience for me. I hope you enjoyed all of the videos. In case you have not seen the other 2, please, I'm going to link them up here and also in the description bar, so you can please check them out. And like I mentioned, I want to do another challenge. I don't know when I'll start that, but it's going to be along fitness. I think I'm looking at Chloe Ting. I'll choose one of her challenges, her 2-week challenges, and just do it. I'm not going to do it for 2 weeks, you guys. I can't commit to 2 weeks. I think I'm going to do maybe 5 to 7 days, just to see if I can get back into working out. So subscribe, hang around so you don't miss any of those videos when they drop. In the meantime, I think I'll be doing 2 videos every week now. Fingers crossed. That's what I think I can commit to at this time. I've done every day, and I don't think I can keep up with every day, but 2 videos per week seems doable. So I think I'll be doing that going forward. So yeah, support me by thumbing up, giving me, you know, all the comments, support, share, tell your family, tell your friends, and more importantly, subscribe, you guys. In case you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It's not difficult, it's free of charge. Just hit that red button that says subscribe below, that red one. Click it on your end. It's very, very simple, and I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye bye.